Look, first of all, like, can we get a crowd like that? Like that was awesome. For me, and I can't remember. Kurt's going to check me on it probably, but like, I can't remember a better crowd for one of our games. We had a good crowd when we played Virginia here at home, and we beat them too, for the record. But there was a little bit of COVID there. People were coming in masks. We had a whole bunch of students for that game, but it was such a difference maker. I mean, it was awesome, and I can't say it enough. You could just feel the energy in the building, and I know there was other colors sitting in chairs. But that's fine. Like, I don't care how they get filled up. It's fine with me. Bring some Virginia Tech fans. They can watch the game too. I just thought it really helped our team and fueled our team a lot. And so really proud of the effort. I thought Ashanti Barnes was spectacular. Started it off that way too. But I can go down the line. I thought even Grace's contribution right in the beginning of the third, Z's back-to-back steals, even though I know she threw one away to Kylie and then she missed the layup, but still, like, it's contribution, right? Obviously, P finished it off for us, but I can keep going down the line. For us to have been through what we've been through, and the last 2 out of 3 times I'm sitting here, I'm furious because we couldn't beat Villanova or Mason, whatever, right? It shows the resiliency of our team and how we're getting better and how we're continuing to try to improve.
Lucas Harrison, 3304 Sports. Great win tonight. Get a Power 4 win. So you guys had 47 rebounds compared to Tech's 27. What did you guys do right that got you that big of a rebound gap?
I mean, I just think it's something I talk about daily, literally daily. And, it's always a key for us. It's always a goal for us. We got to be +8 or +15 or whatever. We're running in practice when we let the other team get 5 offensive rebounds, right? It's just layers of focus on this. Now, how did we do it in the game? I just thought we were physical and went after it. And I thought, stuff like the Texas game really helped us. The physicality that you're going to need to continue to rebound like that. And the Sun Belt's a great rebounding league. That's something you always need to win a championship in. So I thought Barnes set the tone, but I thought everybody was in there. Peyton ends up with 10. Everybody got a rebound. All right? Everybody got a rebound. So, like, that's what it is. It's just a focal point for us.
Yeah. In that second half, Virginia Tech, you guys were up 11. They came back, got a lead of 3. What did you guys do after that? They had that lead. You guys stormed back and win tonight. What was that huddle like?
Well, we talked about this morning how, regardless of how the game is going, like, you're going to have to keep turning it up, right? And we used like a treadmill for an example, right? Of like, I do like a 4-mile run every game day, and it's like when you get tired, most people in their heads they want to turn the treadmill down, right? Because it's easier. But, like, no, turn the treadmill up. So if you're running at 6.5, go to 6.6. And that was our kind of mentality, was like, yeah, it's time to turn up. They just turned up. So, like, let's go. And I thought the only difference without watching it, I thought our defense really turned up. And I think because of some of the battles we've been through, there was no head down. There was no bad body language. And I want to give a lot of credit to Peyton, Bree, and Zakiya because, they're our leaders, and I thought they really kept everybody together when, the play that killed me was the turnover to the 3, and it was like is this how it's going to go down? But I think our leaders keeping everybody together is the biggest thing, and we just kept staying the course, right? Turn it up a little bit, defend, rebound, and let's try to go score a basket.
Tucker Terry, Tech Lunch Bail. Coach, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Virginia Tech's been dominant in transition this year. Tonight, you hold them to just 14 transition points. How are you able to kind of control the tempo and make them a half-court team?
Yeah, it was the top of my list. They were scary. Watching them on film, it's scary. I'm sure you noticed the tip. I was like, I'm not giving them anything off the tip. We'll defer, But no, just having that as a focal point, our kids really grabbed hold of that in practice. We changed a little bit where we had Bree Robinson go get the point guard. So instead of basket good, Wetzel's like boom and like ready to pitch it up, we like tried to slow her down a little bit. And then, their wings are pretty traditional, running the lanes. And so kind of like crowding the lanes instead of just running back to the paint. And now you're giving those pitch aheads. But I don't know. I don't know if that, worked or not, right? I mean, Duffy would have to agree with that. But I just thought our effort was there. Like you're going to look at Grace McDonough's thing, 8-4, BMAC's thing, 6-5. But, like, how many sprints back in transition defense did they have? That to me is like winning plays that will never show up on a stat sheet, and that's what they did for us today. Was like, nope, I'm sprinting back, and it really helped us. The fast break stat is a tough one, but to your point, it's way lower than usual.
Mark Bermer of the Roanoke Times. Forgive me if you've been asked this already, but in terms of your success on the boards tonight, what helped you do so well at rebounding them tonight?
Yeah, he did ask, but I don't mind answering. It's an everyday habit that we're trying to build. And this team has taken on a little bit of a different personality than last year's because use BMAC and Grace, they're new to us, and they don't know how important rebounding is daily. I mean, daily. There's not a day we don't talk about rebounding. And so to start this year has been a little bit different because we've been out rebounded a couple times, and it took us a second to kind of realize how important that is for us. But yeah, I would say that. I mean, just a real intention and battling through the physicality in which they play with. They're not soft. I mean, they're physical. They gave us a lot of challenges, but when Ashanti Barnes wants to do that, she's pretty unstoppable.
And then obviously after Baker took that 3-pointer to give him the lead with 3.5 minutes to go, they're not scoring again until that free throw with 5 seconds left. Yeah. What did you like about your defense down the stretch?
Yeah, just backbone, right? It was we talked about it a little bit. It was like a pride check today. And it was like, you're coming off 2 losses in a row, 2 tough games, but like, I knew there would be some Virginia Tech fans here. It's like, let's have some pride in this thing. And I thought we were really together on the defensive end down the stretch. And it helped, right, that we came back, we ran a play and got P a 3. So like instantly maybe that boosts us a little bit, right? But still you have to do the work defensively. And I just thought we were really intentional with Scout, with talking, right? She runs a good offense, man. She's a great coach. I've known Megan for I don't know, 18 years. I think she does a fabulous job. I just think, we made just a couple more plays than they did today. But I think it was that. I think it was a togetherness, and our leaders really brought everybody together.
This time last week when we talked, you mentioned you wanted to see a little bit more out of overall effort. Today, 21 turnovers, but that effort kind of seemed to be the key. How big was that to be able to help kind of mask some of the issues throughout the game?
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to get across to them, and it's not it's a hard thing, right? It's if anybody pulls up their Instagram reels and they reel long enough, you're going to have some Nick Saban quote, right? And it's like, yeah, that's what our whole jobs are as college coaches, is like to give effort through your mistakes and understanding you're going to make them. You're going to have failures. How can you use the failure to get you successful, type of thing? But it's a process for us too. And we're taking heavy hits, right? Villanova, they just beat Temple, if I'm not mistaken, by 33 or something like that yesterday. I mean, it was like 88-55 or something. So we've got good teams coming in here that are teaching us lessons. And we have had other games where we've allowed a turnover, a missed shot, a defensive breakdown, maybe a substitution pattern to get in our way, and I thought we were the opposite of that today. And I don't think we've arrived at how we're going to behave every day, but like we took a step forward for sure today.
And I know with this year's team, you don't have someone like Shoes down low, but you have someone like BMAC who finished plus 12 in this one. What kind of impact does she bring off the bench, especially down that low post for the presence?
Yeah, so physical, man, so physical. And they got her with a foul late on a rebound, and they were right. She pushed the kid, but like she's been at this level, right? She's played in the Sweet 16 game, and she knows the physicality it takes, which is great for Grace, right? Because you have this to learn from. And Grace is getting stronger and better, but both of them tag teaming, and they're so mobile too. So yeah, it's different without Susha. We were throwing that thing to her all the time. We're starting to understand when and where they can get it, where they're comfortable, which I think is a really good thing for us. But it's been a huge boost. Grace has played, I think, really well the last 2 games, and BMAC is just very steady off the bench. Her defense and her physicality is huge for us.
You've touched on it a little bit, but just given that you have a lot of players who hadn't lost 2 games in a row in a long time, like how important was it to kind of bounce back the way you did against a team that everybody talks about around here, and just to get this one?
Yeah, you know what? I was reflecting on Corey's question about the 2 games in a row, and I'm like, that's a good thing, isn't it? Like that you haven't lost 2 games in a row a lot. But no, I just think regardless, I've coached teams before where your non-conference is so tough, and that team kind of bonds together, and then you can go 17-1 in the league. And I've had one team that let that schedule beat them down, right? And I think for 18 to 23-year-olds, seeing a positive result is really important. So small scheme, that would be my answer, right? It's like, it doesn't matter if it's Virginia Tech or whatever, right? But it happens to be in-state. It happens to be, you drive around here. They've got Virginia Tech emblems on cars and stuff like that, right? I get it. You go to the store. There's Virginia Tech gear. It's okay. But in that respect, that's kind of a different pride for me. Is like beating Virginia schools, especially ACC Virginia schools, is awesome. But for us as a team, as far as not losing 3 games in a row, I think it's just that. We try to get them to see game to game. Like, doesn't matter. Like, I don't care. Texas is so far gone. When we get to Monday afternoon, this game is going to be so far gone. Like, we're on to Boston College, and that's hopefully the mentality we can get. But if you stop and take a second, it is a big win for us in-state, ACC, against a good team. That's not a bad team, clearly. So I'm really proud of the group for that.
And along those lines, to play a good team and to have, really both teams like get their own crowd into it at different times and then shut the other side up at different times. Like, did it feel a little bit like a tournament game to you at times? And if so, like, how does that help you going forward?
That was, I mean, you're right, because it wasn't like, one of these one-sided crowds. You could feel the other side. And, I think that's a good way to put it, Shane, is a tournament crowd, right? It's like, I thought they were great, man. And I give her a lot of credit because I've been up here before and I've sat here and said, Virginia Tech won't play, da-da-da, right? And she's not afraid of that. And I give Megan, Coach Duffy, a ton of credit for that, right? And respect for that. So, that's the reason I want to play the game, win or lose, right? Is like, that's what the atmosphere is like. Why are we not playing that game? It's the same with ODU. When ODU wouldn't play us when they were not in the Sun Belt. It's like, we got like 2 of the best fan bases in the history of women's basketball. We're not playing. This doesn't make. We're 3 hours apart. So like, that's why I think you do it. Like, why would we got an hour from Virginia? Come on, man. Like, let's play. Let's put people in stands. Let's have an entertaining game. It's just, I don't know why not, right? And I appreciate Coach Duffy for agreeing to play the game in a home-and-home setting, but it was awesome. It'll be one of my favorite games ever.
David Cunningham, Tech sideline. I'm curious, in terms of your guys' pick and roll game, it seemed like you really executed that well after maybe that was the counter to some of the stuff that they defended really well. What worked so well about the way you guys were able to execute the pick and roll and kind of get downhill and kind of catch them off balance?
Yeah, I don't know. We had not run that very much going into the game. We usually go like a 4-out, 1 in, and we're trying to beat you. And they were just too good defensive. We couldn't get anything going with that. And so we went to the pick and roll. It's like a continuous pick and roll. And I initially did it just to get Barnes a quick one because I thought they were kind of like a drop coverage. And I was like, just hit it to her, let her drive it. And that worked twice. But it also got some balance of pace in our offense too, where it could change sides of the floor a couple times. And we weren't just quick hitter, and now they're off to the races. Right, so that was part of my going into the game. I knew we were going to run some of that, but it was not a super common play for us going into this. So maybe it caught them off guard. I don't know that part, but I thought we made really good decisions in the first half. I thought it wasn't as good in the second half. I thought we got a little bit tired and didn't make as good of decisions, and maybe some adjustments from Coach Duffy.
Coach, it was a physical game that you mentioned. A lot of the calls early on, a lot of our turnovers even, weren't necessarily off the foot. They were charges for physical calls. Was it in the scouting report that JMU goes straight downhill? Are we going to change anything? Or how were they able to draw so many physical calls?
I mean, so many. I talked with a ref at one point. I was like, has there been 5 moving screens already? Like, there's no way we're moving that. Like, we don't teach it like that, you know? No, I thought it's 2 things, right? It's really good defense by them that pressure us into playing one-on-one, and that's exactly how I didn't want to play, right? We needed to move the ball, but it's hard to move the ball when they're denying you and stuff like that. It was super physical, but the I don't want to say the benefit of playing Texas is we just faced more physical, right? And we just faced, you know, we got beat up pretty good in Austin. So it was less than that. And it was like, oh, we've done this before at some kind of level. And I think that really helped us. But no, they're good, man. They make everything hard too. And so I was proud we ended up figuring some stuff out. But man, it's going to make us better. Win or lose, this would have made us better. But I'm glad we can get better when we're winning. Thank you, everybody.